So let's go. Let's
I
get to
mean,
the.
you
Let's finish.
can.
No, I'm not going to. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. Do you think he's going? Do you think Ben Simmons is going to get traded? I don't think he is. Personally, I don't think he is. I think he said that I guess there was a report that he's willing to sit out the entire season. I don't buy that. I don't buy
Okay.
that. You're
Okay.
willing to lose millions of dollars just because you don't want to play for the team. I don't buy that.
No. Well. Okay. 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 First off, this is what you also need to remember, though. I'm pretty sure you already know this, but they said that they're going to fine him
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
if he's not going to play.
yeah.
But here's the thing. Even if they do that, that's not going to take money away, from the salary cap. The salary cap still sticks.
Okay.
At least that's what I think. So they're not doing. It's not going to help the 76ers in either direction if they keep him and just constantly fine him. They're not getting that money back.
No, that's fine.
Okay,
But
so keeping him, and he's saying that he's going to just not participate in games. That doesn't help the 76ers either. So
okay.
they have to trade him so they could continue on with the team and trying to win a championship. They
Well,
have to.
but what can you possibly get for a player that everyone already knows don't want to be there?
Well, if you're gonna have to you're gonna have to talk to Ben Simmons and ask him, give you a list of teams that you want to play for.
No, from what I heard, all he wants to do is play in California, and the Lakers don't have the Lakers don't have room for him. I don't think the Clippers are going to get him. Like I think the team that's been the biggest candidate is Golden State, and if you're Philadelphia, why the hell would you who would you want on that team? Because you have to remember you need someone to complement Joel Embiid. So who are you gonna get? Like they're not gonna trade Klay Thompson to you. You know what I mean? Like obviously they're not gonna give you Steph Curry. You know what? What do you need? You don't need Draymond Green. Like Draymond Green is just a less talented version of Ben Simmons. A far less talented version of Ben Simmons.
Well, at the very least, he would still shoot the ball.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he shoots when he shouldn't be shooting. But excuse me. Then what? You Andrew Wiggins? Like you know what I mean? Like who? If you're Philadelphia, you need to get something that you're not going to get equal value for Ben Simmons. You're just not. But what you need someone who's going to help make Joel Embiid, even better than he is right now.
Okay.
You need someone who can facilitate at least close to what Ben Simmons can, and is someone who's willing to shoot threes when he needs to.
Uh, um, do me a favor. Can are you able to pull Ben Simmons stats for last year's performance against the Hawks, or you don't think you'll be able to find it?
I obviously I can find it. Hold on.
All right. So why are you doing that? Let me say this. Like I said before, they're not getting the money back, and the more that they hold on to Ben Simmons, all that's going to do is cause more of a distraction. And why? And here's the thing: as a boss, why in the world would you want to continue to hold on to somebody that clearly said that they don't want to work for you? They don't.
Because they gave him all that money. Like they didn't give him the money for no reason.
Okay, that's fine, but but at the end of the day, if you don't want to be there, you're gonna have to get rid of the guy. If he doesn't want to be there, trade for somebody who will play for you. And at the end of the day, if you become a championship contender anyway, then you'll be fine.
Y- Yeah, I guess, but like you said, like if when everyone already knows that the situation between you and the player is not good, why would they give you why would they pony up for? Why would they pony up for you? Like to me, the 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 team outside of obviously Golden State. I mean, obviously Sacramento's been talking. If you're Philadelphia, you gotta hope that one of these bottom feeder teams like Philadelphia, or not Philadelphia, like Sacramento, Cleveland, Detroit, one of these you know irrelevant teams, ponies up and and you tell Ben Simmons, F you, here you you go to purgatory. You know what I mean? Like there you go.
Well, that here's the thing. If I was the owner of one of those teams
Hmm.
and they were offering me Ben Simmons, I'm going to worry that he'll pull the exact same stunt to me. If he look what I mentioned to you before about Blake Griffin and my criticism towards him, what he did to Detroit.
Hmm.
Oh, that he didn't, he played, but you could see that he didn't put his best effort out there on the court. But then you saw a completely transformation when he went to the Nets.
Hmm.
Ben Simmons is just going to do the exact same thing. You don't want to take him to a team to where he's going to pull the exact same stunt and say, well, no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in Detroit. I don't want to be in Cleveland. The same cycle is going to happen all over again.
Well, but you're not going to give him what he wants.
You have to give him what he wants. You have to give him what he
So
wants.
you're literally willing to throw away 4 years, $100+ million just to cater to a crybaby.
As long as you could get something with equal value or close to it, you'll be fine.
No. If you can get equal value, which I mean, you're not going to get equal value, but if you can get something close to it, that's fine. But if you have a great deal in place, let's say if they trade with Cleveland, if you have a great deal in place with Cleveland, then I'm gonna be like, screw your feelings. You're going to Cleveland.
But then, but what about Cleveland? What happens if he does the same thing with Cleveland?
Well, I mean, I think Cleveland can follow agreements towards Ben Simmons if he doesn't want to play. I mean, I think Philadelphia can do the same thing, but they're just gonna find. I guess they're just gonna find him. If
Well,
anything, because again, he does. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think that Ben Simmons has a no trade clause in his contract. Like it's his first contract. Like he has no. His only power play is to do this. That's it. And if he just wants to leave Philadelphia, then it's not a big deal. Then none of this is a big deal. All he's gonna do is just play for the other team. If he just wants to leave Philadelphia, but if he
so
if he but if he wants to play, if he wants to choose where he wants to play, then yeah, it's gonna be a problem. But go ahead.
so 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 you believe do you honestly believe, just you don't have to just give me a yes or no, you honestly believe that Ben Simmons is going to cooperate if he goes to a team like Detroit or Cleveland?
Well, if everything I said was true about him, rather just I think he just rather leave Philadelphia. Then yes, I do think he will cooperate.
You think so? Hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly believe that he wants to go to a team where he could win a title.
I mean, if they wanted to win a title, he should, he the last thing I'll say about this, and then we can move on to the next topic, is that if he wants to win a title, he has to realize that he has to be that he has to realize that he has to be better. Like if he has no self awareness to the point where where like you said, he's reacting as if everyone else is the problem. If he truly believed that he can that he's not the problem, then he's never gonna win anything.
Well, yeah, you see, I mean, because look, you see, I think you and I talked about this. You look at the difference between him and Giannis,
Hmm.
right? Now, everybody kept on saying, even to this day, people would say, well, Giannis, even though despite the fact that he won a championship, he's not the best he's not the best player, in the league, which I think he is. Excuse me.
Which is
Which I
what
think.
which I've always told you, but you know.
No, you said it was Kevin Durant. Don't don't
No,
don't
wait,
don't
wait, but
start. You said it was Kevin Durant.
wait.
You said it was
Before,
Kevin Durant.
before that year, when you talked about like you, when you always ask me who is the best player in the league, what have I always told you? Before this year, because I do think Kevin Durant's is the best player this year. But
Okay,
in the past couple years, who's the one person I've always told you was the best player in the league?
either LeBron or Kawhi.
No,
Yes.
no, no, because our argument had to do with MVP, best player. You were always on the line. You were always a James Harden guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a James Harden guy. Who did I say was better?
KD.
Giannis. Giannis. Well, I think KD is better too, but Giannis. I've always said that Giannis was the best. Our arguments has always been the argument between James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what our
Mm,
argument was.
I remember KD was always in there because I don't recall ever saying that Giannis is not the best player.
I don't know. I've always said that Giannis was because of all his things, all the things that he can do now, and I still think he can get better. I still think he can get better.
Yeah, but
But
when he got swept with the Heat, I don't recall you saying that he was the best player in the league.
I don't remember. No, I could have sworn I said I still said he was still the best player in the league. At least I remember. At least well, I don't remember. But here's the thing. You were gonna make the comparison between Giannis and Ben Simmons.
Yeah, because you saw the difference. You saw the difference between a guy who who was criticized of shooting air balls, right? Shooting air balls on the free throw line, shooting air balls, in the 3 point line. Well, which I don't really fault players for shooting air balls from the 3 point line. I usually let that slide, but in the free throw line, yeah, that's inexcusable. And
There is one big difference between the two, but I'll say that after you're done.
okay, and you have fans making fun of him, counting to having a countdown,
Mm,
having a field day with this guy,
mm.
and yet he was still able to be a huge difference maker, shoots the ball whenever he needed to, and this was proof that you could still become the best player in the league or top 3 or top 5 player in the league even if you can't shoot the ball well. I mean, Tim Duncan wasn't universally a great a great shooter. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't a great shooter at all. But yet those guys were still able to dominate so much to the fact that it was still able to contribute to wins. And the same and that's what Giannis basically did. He still won despite the fact that he can't shoot as well as a Kyrie, James Harden, or KD or Steph Curry. It didn't
Well,
matter.
look, they're the same guy. Like Ben Simmons and Giannis Antetokounmpo are the same player.
No, they're not.
Essentially, yeah, they are.
That's an insult.
No.
That's an insult.
Let me give you my explanation.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, they both are to the basket transition players. Both phenomenal defenders, very lanky, very long, great defenders, right? But here's the main difference between the two of them. Giannis not being able to shoot free throws, not being able to shoot threes, those are deficiencies. What happened with Ben Simmons in that series turned into a liability because at the end of the day he wasn't willing to shoot and he wasn't willing to take the ball to the basket. That's what Giannis did. Even throughout all the time, all this year of people clowning him with the countdown,
Yeah.
with the air balls, with not shooting the three, all this other stuff, right? He still kept playing, still kept going, and still dominated. Ben Simmons can do the same thing if he puts his mind to it. But clearly there's something off, and I do think work ethic has a lot to do with it. You know what I mean?
And
Like that's why I say they're the same player. And you can, and it's not a, I don't look at it as a bad thing. The difference is that one person, his weakness is a deficiency. That's all there is to it. If he works hard enough, I think he can get better at those things. With Ben Simmons, he had the same weaknesses, but as of right now, they're a liability because we have no idea if that will stop, if he will recover from this, if he will recover from shrinking in the playoffs. We don't know that yet. He's too talented to let this affect him long term, but we don't know. We
it's
don't
it's
know his psyche.
it's been 4 years already.
Okay, that's fine, but
He hasn't improved at all.
I mean, yeah, but like he still, but there were times when when he would shoot from the outside. There were
When?
times it's happened. Like, come on, like it's
I
happened.
don't buy that.
But
I
there's
don't
been
buy
time when there have been time when he's been okay at the free throw line, but that series he wouldn't shoot at all. That's a liability. So in order for that team to, regardless of whether he stays or goes, at the end of the day, he has to turn those liabilities into simply just deficiencies. Just if I work hard enough, maybe I will shoot from the outside. If I work hard enough, maybe I will, shoot free throws better. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's the main difference. Even though I do look at them at the same type of player.
that.
But do you
Wow.
have anything? You have anything else to say before we change topics? Do you have any lasting comments?
Um. Well, yeah. One last thing. I do believe that Ben Simmons um is a lazy player.
Mm.
He's a layabout because you have to remember this. Also, having know that he signed this massive contract where he's obviously going to get obviously going to get a lot of money. And if it's to the point to where he does not want to work on his game by shooting the ball and and whatnot, that should already be a clear indication for you and for all the fans and including the coaching staff that he does not want to get better. He does not. Your mentality should be, you know what, it is my fault that we lost that series. It's my fault that I didn't want to shoot the ball. It's my fault that I, didn't, work on my, on my free throws, for this, for the past 3 4 years, and that Kobe Bryant was right. But yet, instead of trying to work on his game, he wants to leave. He wants to quit. He wants to go to another team, despite the fact that he's going to get checks. Every what I think they get. I think NBA players get a check like what, twice a month.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But despite all of that, that should be enough indication for you that he does not want to get better. He does not want to get better. You
Well,
clearly could see the difference between him and Giannis, and which is why I said, I think it's an insult for you to compare those two guys. Now, him and Draymond Green, okay, fine. You want to compare those two, fine. Compare those two. If you want to compare him to like a Rajon Rondo, fine. Go ahead. But I'm not going to compare him with Giannis. Absolutely not. Yeah,
as for,
Giannis.
okay, again, like, did you listen to what I said?
Yeah, you said they were like basically the same two type of players that could facilitate and all the other stuff.
Yeah, like I like I'm talking about the actual play style are the same. The big difference is Giannis, his, like I said before, his weaknesses are his weaknesses are deficiencies. Ben Simmons' weaknesses are liabilities. Because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to take the shot, if you're not willing to take contact to go to the basket, then you're doing your team a disservice. Despite the same weaknesses that Giannis has, he is willing to shoot. He is willing to go to the free throw line. There's a difference. If Ben Simmons can take liabilities and turn them into basically just deficiencies, then I think he can reach that level. But it just depends on if he actually wants to take that level. Like it just depends. Like and I don't know if he wants. I don't know if he wants to do that. Like based on everything I've heard, he doesn't want to do that. But
No,
and I'm hoping that the embarrassment that he dealt with in the playoffs would motivate him to be better. But like I said, we don't know. We don't know at the end of the day. Like you said, he wants to get traded. I don't know if he's gonna get traded, but we'll see.
no,
We'll
but
see.
I get what you're saying, but
Hmm.
like I just said, just a couple seconds ago, if his response is I want to get traded,
Hmm.
that shows
And not taking any responsibility. No, I
that
get that too. I get that too. But
that
but
shows he
I
doesn't
but
want to
I
get better.
but I also think, like I said earlier, I do think that's a mindset that I think is aided by the fact that that franchise embraced losing for so long. And when you don't hold no one accountable for losing, then can you really take account? Can someone really take accountability for not playing well? It doesn't surprise me that he doesn't take that he doesn't take that he's responding to criticism with, "Oh, I want to be traded." It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Instead of being like, "Oh, I'm gonna get better, this and that." And I also think and this is okay. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I
you
think
said it for
that
the last two
yeah, I know,
couple.
I know. Because there's a lot of layers to this.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
I think one of the problems, and really was a bad sign, was him not playing in the Olympics. Now, mind you, he's Australian, right? So like he could have played for the Australia team. He was gonna get in no matter what, right?
Okay.
And the best way for a player to get better is by playing. Is by playing, and he chose not to play. So what I mean, what does that tell me? To me,
Yeah, that
it tells me that it's someone that's not that is still, at least to me, at least based on the outside. Because like I said, I don't we don't know what he's doing 24/7. But based on purely on the outside, someone who doesn't seem who's not taking responsibility for losing, for being the reason why they lost.
yeah, and and here's well, I mean, yeah, my bad.
Hmm.
Here's one thing I also wanted to point out. You hear a lot of NBA players always say, "Oh, we have to watch the tape. We have to watch the tape. We have to watch the tape." Somebody, whether it's his teammates, one of the coaching staff, his friends, somebody had to have shown him, "Look, this is what you did, and this is unacceptable." There is absolutely no way that he could actually believe that he played fine. There's no way. So because so once again, that's an indication to me that he doesn't want to shoot the ball, and that he doesn't want to get better at shooting or get better at at the free throw line. Because look, when it comes to players, like Giannis, or players in the past, like Shaquille O'Neal, guys who weren't really great shooters, but their dominance could still compensate that. I don't think you can say the same thing with Ben Simmons. You can't.
Well, yeah, especially if you're not going to shoot,
Right.
if you're not willing to go to the free throw line, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So I honestly believe that you don't even I don't think you should have somebody, one, who doesn't want to play there, for the 76ers, someone who does not want to put the effort to get better at shooting or get better at at the free throw line, and then someone who doesn't even want to partake in the game at all because he's afraid to go to the free throw line. So with all of those reasons, I think it is best for the Sixers to try to get rid of him ASAP before the season starts.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's my final take. When it when it comes to that, because one last thing, because I think um against the Hawks, I think in total for that whole entire series, I think he averaged like 6 point something field goal attempts in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So that that I mean, dude, that again, that is just enough proof that he just doesn't want to get better. It's just, something's wrong with his psyche. Something's going on in his mind for him to not wanting to do one of the basic fundamentals of basketball, and that is shoot the ball. Now, I know you might say, "Oh, well, layups is still part of that game too," which I agree with. Which is fine. But like you said, you are actually you're hurting your own teammates when you do not want to shoot. So yeah, I don't want to keep going on and say the same thing. So yeah, that's my final take. So what's your final take?
No, I already said it. Like I pretty much already said it. Like he like at the end of the day, we'll see what he wants to do. I don't think he's gonna get traded, and we'll see if he looks at himself as the reason, or if he because the way it comes off like he's blaming them and that he wants to leave. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Brandon, go to your topic.
All right. So let me
Oh yeah,
share.
before I start, I do want to point out to you that this is the third week in a row that your topic involves attacking female athletes. Just letting you know. Go ahead.
Wait, what?
Please.
I already know what you're insinuating, but
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.